There is a law, as certain as the rising of the sun, that what you give out must return to you. The universe is not forgetful, nor is it blind. It has seen your efforts, your unwavering belief, your silent prayers in the night. What is owed to you must come, not by chance, not by luck, but by divine order. We look at the world and mistake it for something solid, something fixed. But I tell you, nothing is set in stone except your own assumptions. The reality you experience today is merely a reflection of the thoughts you held yesterday. If you have planted seeds of faith, kindness, and vision, the harvest must come. It is law. But here is where most people fail. They look around, see nothing changing, and doubt. And in their doubt, they plant weeds where their dreams were meant to grow. The wise do not concern themselves with the how or the when. They rest in the knowing that the moment they assumed their desire fulfilled, it was set into motion. The universe owes you nothing less than the fulfillment of your truest belief. You have been patient, you have trusted, and now the tide must turn in your favor. Your only task is to remain faithful to the vision, to refuse to let your current circumstances dictate your fate. I say to you, let go of desperation. Release the need to chase. The repayment is already set, the balance already adjusted in your favor. There is no need to force what is naturally coming. Feel it now, live in the end, and watch as the universe delivers all that is rightfully yours. And when it comes, do not be surprised, simply smile, for you knew all along. The world you see before you is not separate from you. It is a direct reflection of the thoughts you hold most dominantly in your mind. Every experience, every circumstance, and every event unfolding in your life is shaped by the nature of your inner world. If you wish to change what you see externally, you must first shift the reality you entertain internally. Most people believe that life happens to them, that they are mere spectators in a world governed by forces outside of their control. But this is a grand illusion. The truth is that life is responding to you at every moment. The thoughts you dwell upon, the emotions you consistently feel, and the assumptions you hold about yourself and the world are being mirrored back to you in the form of your reality. The universe is not arbitrary in its design. It is governed by a precise and unbreakable law. That law states that what you assume to be true with feeling and persistence must externalize itself in your world. Look at your life as it is right now. The people you interact with, the opportunities you receive, the challenges you face, all of it is a direct projection of the thoughts you have accepted as true. If you habitually focus on lack, believing that there is never enough, whether it be love, money, or success, the universe has no choice but to confirm your assumption. It is not punishing you, nor is it withholding anything from you. It is merely reflecting what you have already accepted as fact. If instead you were to shift your inner dialogue, to cultivate the belief that abundance is your birthright, that life is conspiring in your favor, you would begin to see evidence of this truth unfold, effortlessly. Your mind is the master architect, and your reality is the blueprint it follows. Every thought you entertain is a seed, and with enough repetition, that seed will take root and grow into tangible experience. When you persistently assume something to be true, whether in faith or in fear, you set a powerful force into motion. This force does not operate based on logic or external conditions. It moves according to the nature of your belief. Consider a person who constantly fears betrayal in relationships. Even if they are surrounded by trustworthy individuals, their deep-seated belief in deception will lead them to interpret innocent actions as signs of dishonesty. Over time, their assumptions will shape their behavior, creating an atmosphere of doubt and insecurity. Eventually, they will find themselves in situations where their fears are confirmed, not because betrayal was inevitable, but because their unwavering belief in it caused them to unconsciously attract and create circumstances that validated their assumption. On the other hand, someone who holds the belief that life is filled with love and kindness will naturally move through the world with an open heart. They will radiate an energy that draws supportive, uplifting experiences to them. Their perception will filter out negativity, allowing them to see the good in others and in their circumstances. The universe, responding to their inner conviction, will reflect this back to them in the form of fulfilling relationships and abundant opportunities. The key is understanding that your dominant mental state determines what you experience. The universe does not respond to fleeting thoughts or wishful thinking. It responds to what you persistently assume and feel to be true. This is why many struggle with manifesting their desires. They may speak words of success, but deep inside they harbor doubts and fears. It is not their spoken words, but their deeply held beliefs that dictate what shows up in their lives. To shift your reality, you must become a guardian of your thoughts. You must deliberately choose the beliefs you wish to hold, rather than allowing old patterns of fear and limitation to control you. Begin by observing your internal dialogue. What stories are you telling yourself daily? Do they empower you or keep you bound to the same experiences? When a negative thought arises, do not fight it or resist it. Instead, replace it with one that aligns with the reality you wish to create. Imagine yourself already living in the fulfillment of your desire. Feel the emotions of success, love, and abundance as if they are already yours. Dwell in that state of being, and soon the universe will have no choice but to reflect that back to you. Do not look to the outer world for proof before you believe. Believe first, and the proof will come. This is the way reality works. It is not about luck, effort, or external conditions. It is about the state of consciousness you choose to occupy. You are never a victim of circumstances. You are the creator, shaping your reality in every moment through the power of your thoughts. The question is not whether the universe will respond to you. It already is. The real question is, what are you instructing it to bring into your life? Nothing in this universe goes unnoticed, and nothing is ever lost. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take sends out an energy that must return to you in some form. This is the law of compensation, an unbreakable principle woven into the fabric of existence. It is neither a reward nor a punishment. It is simply the unfolding of cause and effect. What you put into the world, whether seen or unseen, must find its way back to you. Many believe that life is unfair, that effort often goes unnoticed, and that kindness is sometimes repaid with cruelty. But this is only because they are measuring results by the limitations of time. The universe does not operate on human schedules. It does not rush, nor does it delay. It moves in perfect harmony, responding precisely to the seeds that have been planted. If a farmer sows a seed, he does not stand over it in frustration, demanding that it sprout instantly. He understands that nature has its own rhythm, and in due time the seed will break through the soil and bear fruit. The same is true for the seeds of thought and action that you plant daily. Many wonder why their desires take time to manifest. They assume that their prayers or efforts have gone unanswered, but they fail to see the deeper workings of the law. Nothing is denied, only prepared. If you have sown seeds of abundance, love, and faith, they are already taking root beneath the surface. They are growing in unseen ways, aligning circumstances and shifting events to bring about their fulfillment. But if you give up too soon, if you doubt before the harvest, you uproot the very seeds you have planted. The universe does not withhold, it only mirrors. If you persist in a state of lack, believing that you must struggle for every gain, life will continue to reflect that struggle back to you. But if you hold the conviction that all your efforts, all your faith, and all your giving must return to you multiplied, then that is precisely what you will experience. The law of compensation does not fail. It cannot. It is as certain as the rising of the sun. You may not always see the immediate effects of your thoughts and actions, but they are always in motion. Just as ripples spread across the water, long after the stone has been thrown, so too does the energy you send out continue to shape your reality. This is why it is crucial to guard your thoughts, to be mindful of what you dwell upon, and to act in alignment with the results you wish to receive. There is no such thing as an insignificant thought or an unimportant action. Every moment is an opportunity to plant the seeds of your future. Some people believe they can take shortcuts, that they can deceive, manipulate, or take from others without consequence. But the law is absolute. Whatever is taken unjustly will be lost in equal measure. Whatever is gained without integrity will eventually dissolve. The universe does not allow imbalance. If you have given generously, if you have acted with honesty and sincerity, your reward is certain. It may not come in the way you expect or in the time you desire, but it will come in the form that is most fitting to the seeds you have sown. If you want love, give love freely without expectation. If you want abundance, cultivate a mindset of generosity. If you desire success, commit yourself fully to your vision without hesitation. The universe is not responding to your words alone. It is responding to the energy behind them. You cannot simply ask for abundance while living in fear of lack. You cannot seek love while harboring resentment. The law of compensation ensures that what you truly believe, not just what you say, is what will return to you. Trust in this law. Know that every effort, every moment of faith, and every act of kindness is accumulating. There is no wasted energy, no unnoticed deed. What is rightfully yours is making its way to you. Stay firm in your knowing, remain unwavering in your belief, and allow the law to work as it always has. Perfectly, without fail. Desires do not arise by chance. They are not fleeting whims or meaningless thoughts passing through your mind. When a desire is deeply felt, when it stirs something within you that will not be silenced, it is more than just a wish, it is a promise. It is the universe revealing to you what is already yours, waiting to be claimed. The longing in your heart is not a trick of the mind. It is a divine contract, an agreement made between you and the unseen forces that shape reality. But for this contract to be fulfilled, you must uphold your path. You must align your inner state with the reality of your desire. Many believe that their desires are distant, that they exist somewhere outside of them, waiting to be chased, fought for, or earned. But this is an illusion. Everything you seek, everything you long for already exists in the unseen realm. The only thing that determines whether you will experience it is the state of consciousness you dwell in. If you hold the desire but also entertain doubts, fears, and beliefs in limitation, you create resistance. You delay what is rightfully yours because you have not yet fully accepted it as a certainty. The universe does not tease you with desires that cannot be realized. If something is deeply placed upon your heart, it is because it is meant for you. The question is not whether it can be yours, but whether you will allow yourself to receive it. To do so, you must match the inner state of someone who already has what they seek. You must think, feel, and act in harmony with the reality of fulfillment, rather than the reality of longing. This is where most struggle. They believe that desire alone is enough, but they fail to recognize the importance of inner alignment. They wish for love, but remain in a state of loneliness. They long for wealth, but entertain thoughts of lack. They seek success, but dwell in the belief that they are unworthy. In doing so, they unknowingly push their desires further away, for the universe does not respond to mere wanting, it responds to being. To claim what is yours, you must embody the state of having. You must assume with unwavering faith that what you desire is already on its way, not because you hope for it, but because you know it to be true. When you walk in this knowing, when you cease to question whether it will come and instead move as though it is inevitable, you shift your entire reality. The invisible forces that govern existence begin to align circumstances, people, and events in your favor. Doubt is the only thing that stands in your way. The moment you question whether your desire will manifest, you create distance. The moment you seek validation from the outside world before believing in your inner vision, you weaken the process. True creation does not begin in the external, It begins in the unseen. You must trust the process even when there is no visible evidence. You must remain unwavering even when reality appears unchanged. Those who understand this principle do not wait for proof. They do not look to their current circumstances for confirmation. They know that their inner world dictates the outer world, not the other way around. They hold their vision with confidence, refusing to entertain doubt. And in doing so, they allow the universe to deliver exactly what was promised. If something calls to you, if it stirs a fire in your soul, it is not there to torment you. It is not placed within you only to remain unfulfilled. It is your reality waiting to be recognized. The only thing left for you to do is step into the version of yourself that already has it. The universe has already said yes. The only question is, will you? Time is an illusion when it comes to the fulfillment of your desires. What you perceive as waiting is often just a reflection of your inner resistance. The universe is not withholding anything from you, it is responding to your state of being. If you believe that what you seek is far away, it will remain so. But if you embody the knowing that it is already yours, the illusion of time collapses, and what once seemed distant moves toward you with speed and certainty. Patience is not about passively waiting. It is about maintaining unwavering faith. Many misunderstand patience as simply enduring the delay, but true patience is a deep inner knowing, a quiet confidence that what is desired is already unfolding. It is the ability to stand firm in the conviction that all things are being arranged in perfect order, even when no visible evidence appears. When you wait in frustration, doubt, or anxiety, you stretch time. You send a signal to the universe that you do not fully trust in the process, and so the reflection you receive is one of delay. But when you relax into certainty, when you release the need to force, chase, or control, time bends in your favor. Think of the moments in your life when things seem to fall into place effortlessly. It was never during times of stress or desperation. It was when you were in a state of flow, detached from the outcome, trusting that all was well. This is the secret to collapsing time, moving from a state of wanting to a state of knowing. The moment you stop seeking something as though it is missing, and instead assume that it is already done, you enter the state of fulfillment. And in that state, the universe has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Many struggle because they believe that waiting means doing nothing. But the most powerful thing you can do while you wait is to live as though you already have what you desire, not in pretense, not in forced optimism, but in genuine faith. Faith is not merely hoping. It is being so sure of the outcome that doubt is no longer part of your reality. It is walking in the certainty that what you seek is already set in motion, already making its way to you. The more deeply you can feel this truth, the faster it materializes. Frustration is a sign that you are placing too much focus on the absence of what you desire. It is a signal that your attention is rooted in lack rather than fulfillment. The moment you shift your focus from "why isn't it here yet" to "I know it is already mine," everything begins to move. The shift may seem subtle, but its effects are profound. Imagine someone planting a seed in the ground. The wise gardener does not dig it up each day in impatience, demanding to see progress. He trusts that nature is working, that the roots are forming, that the seed will break through the soil in due time. If he were to disturb it, doubt it, or try to force it, he would only hinder its growth. Your desires work the same way. They need your trust, not your worry. The more you can live in the energy of already having, the more you accelerate the process. Those who master this art find that things begin to happen suddenly. What once seemed impossible falls into place effortlessly. This is not luck or coincidence, it is alignment. The universe is not making you wait to test you or to withhold from you. It is simply responding to your inner state. Align yourself with the feeling of already having, and time will cease to be an obstacle. The truth is, you are not waiting for your desires are waiting for you. They are waiting for you to release resistance, to stop measuring time, to let go of desperation, and to fully embody the version of yourself that already possesses what you seek. When you do this, you will see how quickly the universe moves to deliver what has always been yours. What you see before you is not permanent. The circumstances you experience today are not a life sentence, nor are they a true reflection of your potential. Reality is fluid, always changing, always molding itself to the state of your consciousness. The mistake most people make is believing that what they see in the outer world defines what is possible for them. But the universe does not work according to logic or physical evidence. It responds only to your inner state. If you shift your mind, your reality must follow. Most people remain trapped in undesirable circumstances because they believe what their senses tell them. They look at their bank account and assume lack. They observe their relationships and accept loneliness. They experience setbacks and conclude that success is out of reach. But all of these are merely reflections of past assumptions. They are echoes of old thoughts, old beliefs, old states of being. To remain fixated on them is to keep recreating the same cycle. The key to transformation is to understand that your external world is nothing more than a projection of your internal world. Change within, and the outside must conform. It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that logic dictates what is possible. The world teaches you that success requires years of struggle, that love is rare, that wealth belongs only to a select few. But these are merely collective beliefs, not universal truths. The universe does not operate based on human logic. It operates on consciousness. The moment you decide that your present circumstances do not define you, you open the door to a new reality. The moment you stop reacting to what is and start assuming what will be, the world around you begins to shift. Consider the stories of those who have risen from nothing, the people who went from failure to success, from poverty to wealth, from obscurity to greatness. What do they all have in common? It was not luck, nor was it mere hard work. It was a shift in consciousness. They stopped accepting their present conditions as truth. They saw beyond what was in front of them and held a vision of something greater. And because they persisted in that vision, the outer world had no choice but to rearrange itself to match their new state of being. This is the secret that most never grasp. Reality is not fixed. It does not have to make sense. What seems impossible today can be inevitable tomorrow if you assume it to be so. Your mind is the only thing that dictates the flow of your life. If you can hold a belief, if you can truly feel it as real, then the universe will conspire to make it so. But if you continue to identify with lack, struggle, and limitation, then those will be the only things reflected back to you. The greatest mistake you can make is to let your current circumstances define your future. Your job is not to fix the outside world. Your job is to shift your inner world. The moment you stop arguing for your limitations, the moment you stop reaffirming what you do not want, and instead begin to assume the feeling of already having what you desire, you step into a new reality. This is not wishful thinking, it is the foundation of creation. Everything you now experience was once a thought, a belief, an assumption. If you want something different, you must think, believe, and assume something different. The universe does not delay, it does not withhold, it simply responds. And when you finally accept that your present circumstances do not matter, that they are nothing more than a reflection of your past state, you free yourself to create the life you truly desire. Let go of what is, focus on what will be, live in the feeling of already having, and watch as the world bends to meet your new reality. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the doors of swift manifestation. When you embody the feeling of gratitude, not for what is on its way, but as though it has already arrived, you send a powerful signal to the universe. You declare that you are no longer waiting, no longer doubting, no longer hoping. Instead, you are living in the certainty that your desire is already yours. And because the universe mirrors your inner state, it rushes to confirm your assumption. Most people believe gratitude should come after receiving. They think, I'll be grateful when I get the job, the money, the relationship. But this is backward. Gratitude is not a reaction, it is a cause. It is a force that draws in more of what you are grateful for. When you feel gratitude before seeing the physical manifestation, you align yourself with the reality where your desire already exists. You collapse time, you dissolve resistance, you step into the state where the universe has no choice but to reflect your assumption back to you. The energy of gratitude is pure certainty. It carries no doubt, no worry, no lack. It does not plead or wish. It knows. And this is why it is so powerful. When you focus on something with deep gratitude, you multiply it. If you are grateful for abundance, abundance increases. If you are grateful for love, love expands. If you are grateful for opportunities, they appear effortlessly. The universe responds not to your words but to your state of being, and gratitude is the highest state of receiving. Many struggle with manifestation because they unknowingly dwell in lack. They affirm their desires while secretly believing they are far away. They visualize their dreams but feel the absence of them. They hope but they do not know. This keeps their desires in the future, always just out of reach. But the moment you shift into gratitude, the moment you act as though you already possess what you seek, the energy shifts instantly. The waiting ends, the delay dissolves, the universe moves. Think of a time when things seemed to unfold effortlessly for you. You were not chasing, not forcing, not doubting. You were simply in flow, feeling good, appreciating life, and suddenly opportunities appeared. People showed up, everything aligned. This was not a coincidence, it was the power of gratitude in action. When you are grateful, you are in a state of allowing. You are not resisting, not questioning, not blocking. You are receiving. And when you receive with gratitude, you receive more. Some believe they have nothing to be grateful for. They look at their current reality and see only lack. But gratitude is not about what is. It is about what is becoming. Even in the darkest moments, there is something to appreciate. The air you breathe, the lessons you've learned, the unseen forces working in your favor. When you begin to focus on what is good, no matter how small, you shift your vibration, and that shift is what creates transformation. The practice of gratitude does not require grand gestures. It requires only a decision to feel now as you would feel if your desire had already arrived. To wake up with the energy of fulfillment, to walk through the day with a quiet knowing, to end the night feeling deeply blessed. When you live this way, the universe aligns to match your state. You will notice doors opening, synchronicities increasing, manifestations unfolding faster than before. Gratitude is the secret to swift manifestation because it removes the illusion of separation. It bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It shifts you from waiting to receiving, from wanting to having. And the moment you embody this truth, the universe hastens to confirm it.